Hi, my name is Gina Coleman. I am in my 11th year teaching fine arts at Evanston Township High School in Evanston, Illinois, just north of Chicago. I teach ceramics, digital photography, darkroom photography, and an introduction to drawing and painting class. I live in Evanston with my 3-year-old son, Asher, and we moved here from the city of Chicago a little over a year ago. So we're closer to where I work, and we're closer to where he'll end up going to school. And when school is in session in person, he goes to the daycare for staff, which is actually right down the hallway from my classroom. It's pretty great. We spent our socially distanced summer at the beach in Evanston and gardening in our new backyard and visiting some local forest preserves. Balancing work life, grad school, and home life has been extremely challenging this past year, especially during this COVID pandemic that we're all struggling with right now. And I've had to find many different ways to adapt to this new life, being a mother, being a student, being a teacher. It's insane and it's stressful and it's been very, very challenging. I'm someone who's typically up and I am adaptable, and I've definitely found ways to adapt to all of these wrenches that have been thrown in my plans this year, which leads me to my analysis of my learning style. I have realized a lot about my personal learning style while working on my MED at ACE and preparing for and implementing new online curriculum for my art classes. One major component is that I much prefer learning in person to learning online. But for the sake of my students and my own sanity, I am making the best of it and trying new things.
This is one of the art studios at ETHS, and it is where I teach Intro to Drawing and Painting, and we teach cartooning classes. Currently being used for some storage, but also I have turned this into one giant remote learning office. So this is where I'm currently remote teaching to my students full-time. I'm using Zoom. I had to purchase a standing desk mechanism because my feet kept falling asleep during my first week of e-learning last week. And it's been a challenge, but I've definitely learned a lot. I've definitely learned that I prefer to have a lot of different methods of learning, especially when I'm having to sit in front of this computer screen all of the time. And I'm learning that my students also feel the same. So I'm doing things differently than I anticipated I would be doing them. I am providing more discussion, more breakout room sessions, more communication between my students so that they're not just sitting and staring at a screen all day, because it can get really, really, really exhausting. I also have the lovely courtyard to stare out at, and yes, that is a tortoise way off in the distance. Here we go.
My school provided extensive e-learning training over the summer. It was interesting to be a student in a Google Classroom. It revealed a lot of mistakes I was making in my organization and expectations of my students. I am also a learner who needs feedback. I don't often seem to trust my own ideas and solutions, and it really helps me to discuss them with colleagues, with students, with classmates. I really, really appreciate and cherish feedback, and I'm really good at receiving it, especially from my colleagues, my department chair, my instructional coach. I take it to heart, and I contemplate a lot, and I put a lot of effort into trying to manipulate and fix what I'm doing if I feel like it's not working. I love creating something tangible. I am an artist, I'm a visual person, and I do much better and I feel more successful when I'm able to actually create something with my hands, but also I do pretty well creating digital work as well. While I have always been very aware of keeping things organized and keeping things clean for my students, I'm realizing that I also appreciate that. When I'm given a lot of information and it's disorganized or there's too many ways to learn it, I get super confused. So when my school implemented the e-learning return guide, they gave us 5 different packets of digital packets of information, and then sent us 20 different emails, and there's all these links everywhere. And I realized they have the best intentions and they worked really hard to create all this online content, but at the same time, it's almost like there was too many cooks in the kitchen. They were providing us with great information, and we had basically almost all of our questions answered. However, trying to find those answers has been really, really difficult. So I'm definitely thinking about how I approach learning and how I approach finding information and researching and organizing information that I need in front of me. And then I'm thinking about how I can be a better teacher for my students by providing organized content and relevant content and not giving them too many places to find everything. I'm finding that a lot of my colleagues are making websites, Bitmoji classrooms, blogs, you know, they have like 10 different areas that students are going to. And in my mind, I'm thinking that's too many, you know. I didn't necessarily have to make a Bitmoji classroom because this is my Bitmoji classroom. I feel like I didn't need a fake classroom because I am being the crazy person who's actually teaching from school. We're not required to teach from school at all. I think the school would actually rather have me not be here, but I can't be at home because it's tiny and I have a 3-year-old and I just can't. So I needed to escape and create my own space. And I'm realizing that this is the way that I'm a better teacher, but I'm also a much better learner. In addition to receiving a variety of assessments, clear organization, and limited means of content delivery, I thrive on working with others. As much as I get nervous and I like to be in control, I value hearing different perspectives and learning from them. It makes me a well-rounded educator and learner. Thank you all for watching this introduction to Gina Coleman's Ways of Learning. I hope you enjoy the sound of cicadas in the background and the sound of the rolling thunder coming in because it's about to thunderstorm. And all the beautiful artwork around me that I hope my students get to create from home this semester in an authentic way. Thanks again.